Hello YouTube, thank you for joining me today. Music is a beautiful thing. We are fortunate to have it among us and to experience it. It has pulled many people through hard times and inspired others. It has sparked our emotions and has provided passage to internal landscapes. This travel, I have never been adequately able to explain with words. For some people like me, it is one of the things that makes life worth living. No matter if I'm on the bandstand or listening, it is truly a gem in my life. Throughout the years, I have seen plenty of people, experienced plenty of people, do nasty things to each other in the music business. I, however, never got caught up with people using a unifying idea that is presented as a reoccurring element, a theme, a segment of music which can be elaborated and or repeated. I never had issue with quoting segments from other compositions or solos within the act of improvising. This can be seen as a way of tipping your hat to an artist which you respect. I always, however, had a problem with people appropriating positive elements of Black culture or appropriating elements of anybody's intellectual property. This is far from new. Some say when discussing Black culture or music that it began with Elvis Presley. After researching this over the years, it is questionable. There is no record I could find of him providing financial compensation to various musicians he obviously liberated from. It is a well-known fact that Vanilla Ice did so and questionably stole the bass line from a popular Queen song, and I'm being generous by stating it in this way. And do not get me started on Eminem's music. In the spirit of fairness, it should be stated of Elvis that he was interviewed on the set of Jailhouse Rock by reporter Louis Robinson, who was writing for Jet magazine at the time. I personally own a copy of that particular edition. Elvis replied when asked, did he say, is the rumor true? Did he make that particular statement that so frequently gets passed around that, quote, a Black person can do nothing for me but shine my shoes, end quote. Well, he stated, quote, I never did anything like that, and people who know me know that I wouldn't have said it. A lot of people seem to think I started this business, but rock and roll was here a long time before I came along. Nobody can sing that kind of music like colored people, end quote. So yes, he did acknowledge the roots of the music, though I still could not find any documentation of him sharing royalties. Appropriation of one's intellectual property is never excusable. No, not even if the excuse is that one is valuing authenticity. Not even if all you are attempting to do is capture that down-home feeling certain music has, that certain artists have. Here, I am referring to musicians' ability to maintain realness. I comprehend this is a way of battling the mainstream culture, the mass manufacturing of goods, the ready-to-go bands, which frequently are assembled by studio musicians. So often with this particular type of assembly, there is no connection, and emotions, the spice of music, falls flat. Surely we cannot tolerate when an artist steals one's lived experience for profit. Nor could we tolerate if the excuse was for the sake of dodging the cookie-cutter personas or prepackaged identities. There is no excuse. So now we travel to Mr. Robin Thicke. He, Pharrell Williams, and T.I. have filed a lawsuit against the Marvin Gaye family and Bridgeport Music. The trio, which appears to me, this is my opinion, to function as an association of criminals, publicly stated, quote, the utmost respect for and admiration of Marvin Gaye, Funkadelic, and their musical legacies. but must reluctantly file this action in the face of multiple adverse claims from alleged successors in interest to those artists." End quote. It does not take a trained ear to determine the strong similarities between Funkadelic's Sexy Ways and Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up. Of course, Thicke and crew claim there are not similarities, but then state other than commonplace musical elements. Of course, the success is due only to their efforts. This may be true, but does not appear so when giving a critical listen. Now, one may claim this is only a sample. I do not really see it as such. However, one may claim this and say, hey, what's the big deal? Well, sampling without the proper permission is a copyright violation, thus illegal. I do not see the problem in getting permission in order to make this a legal use. If it is important enough to sample, then you can identify and contact the person or company who holds the copyrights. If it is important enough, you can ensure that you have permission from all copyright holders. This said, I cannot personally claim that what I heard was a direct copy. Now, others may make the claim that there is a style infringement. I definitely see this as being so, but understand that style infringement is not illegal. But I will leave it to those who are interested to tell me what they think. Now, I will say this. If it was not for artists, surely not to be equated to these men who are filing suit that may define themselves as such, but if it was not for artists like Funkadelic and Marvin Gaye, where would these guys be? They certainly wouldn't have the luxury of appropriating or producing copyright infringement from them. Mind you, I am not claiming that they did. I am stating that my ears hear something that your ears may not. Anyway, to then turn around and sue the creators of the sound, sue the creators, the ones who brought it to us, to sue them is a dirty, low-down move. Understand this. I am not stating that Thicke should fold solely because of the Gaye's claim. It is my opinion, if he is confident that his song does not aggressively borrow from Mr. Gaye's composition, then he should not have initiated litigation. He should have waited to see what would occur and then act appropriately. This, in my opinion, is not appropriate action, and I have lost much respect for him. Do share what you think. I am not going to take liberties and declare that Mr. Thicke is guilty. I will say that taking unlawfully is not a legitimate line of work, and we have seen many in the business get away disrespecting intellectual property rights. Do let me know what you think. Be well.